Hello Aquarius, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. So my aqua babies, we're gonna look at towards success for you. These readings have been really interesting though, so this week, so we'll see where it goes. We're gonna start with, oh, look at you, overall energy of your reading or of you or in this point in time. We're going to use the Wild Unknown Oracle deck, and then we're going to ask for some sort of guidance or message from something bigger than ourselves. So I'm going to go to my Archangel deck and pull a card out, and I've decided I've been using the Light Seers Tarot through this whole series, and I sat down and I thought, no, I need to use a different deck. So I am using, oh, that's funny, that kept flying out during the pre-shuffle, and now it's at the bottom, this Two of Fire, like this sense of waiting for something. Maybe I'm waiting for this reading, but the Good Tarot. So I'm going to use that in this here there reading. And what we're going to do, I'm going to we'll start with the Oracle cards, and then I'll get into the tarot. Going to look at the obstacle that you were facing, how it's showing up in your life, hidden factors that you are unaware of, and what you can do to help yourself grow right now. So let's get started, shall we? It is a general reading, Aquarius. Because it's general, it may or may not resonate. If it does resonate and you're drawn to it, there's an extended. The link to that is at the top of the description within this video. Okay, Aquarius. Energy or message for Aquarius. What are you working on, Aquarius? Wow, you got that tiger there too. Okay, so the card that came out, not the first, the only card that came out is the beaver. This little guy. One of the best architects of nature, really, in nature, of nature too, though. The beaver is a happy little one. The beaver loves doing what they do. They love chewing down those trees. They love playing in the water. They love digging. They love building dams. Basically love what you're doing, but they work from like sun up to sundown. So you might be working very hard on something. Oh, that's interesting too. I never really thought about that, but the message is coming in about you know, being pretty comfortable both on land and water. So I don't know if that has something to do with something physical that you were working on, like thinking of land, earth, pentacles, which could be with the beaver card, because it really does often bring in a sense of work, but it's coming in as water too, which I think they do spend more time in water. So the emotional realm. Diving into the emotional realm when you're at work. But I don't, like, it doesn't feel like you're diving into the emotional realm at work, like you're being more creative, you're expressing it, everything, you're popping off at any minute with your emotions. You're just like, it's almost like it's something that's kind of hidden. So there's something going on with you emotionally that's kind of hidden. And you know, it's really weird. It's almost like it comes up at work more than anywhere else for some reason. Maybe there's some sort of a memory that gets triggered at work. Maybe you're having memories of work. It's a weird world. Now, here you have the oyster, the rabbit, and the tiger. See, there's that tiger again as the underline. There's the oyster, something to be found in the water. Huh. Okay, there's something to be prized about your emotions right now. There's something about your emotional state right now, Aquarius. It's very deep, but it's like, it's an exploration that I feel like is going to produce something for you. And probably something pretty good. Now, the rabbit and the tiger. Oh, okay. Now I'm kind of getting it. Now, the rabbit and the tiger, the rabbit I feel like is showing up. I was sitting here I was kind of asking in my head, are these two separate entities from Aquarius? What is this? And then it started coming through that these, you know how I was describing the earth and the water with the beaver. So there's something that you can be working on in a really practical way. But I feel like there's something that you're exploring emotionally or feeling emotionally. You're allowing some sort of feelings to really run through you. But I don't feel like most people are aware of this or seeing it. And I do feel like for some reason you get triggered at work about it. So, I mean, you could just be very emotional about your work. There could be something going on there about your work, but you're definitely, I would say, on the right track with that emotional state. So now that we go over here, this is how you appear when you're doing the practical thing, like whatever you're working on, you know, your day-to-day dum-da-dum-da-dum. The rabbit, like being kind of like very aware, attentive, tapped in. What do you need? But then this to me reminds me of like you looking at the oyster. Little beaver looking at the oyster. There we go. I'm looking, that's where I'm going. There's two very different elements of you here. This is going to be an interesting reading. Because too, the rabbit and the tiger, like you, okay, so if you're showing up in the reality on and how people are seeing you is kind of like the rabbit. And you're attentive, you're doing what you need to do. You're kind of on alert. Yeah, if there's a problem, okay, I'm here. Yeah. But I do feel like people sense that you're waiting for something. So if you're not aware of this, I feel like people can sense or see something in your response or your body language that you're waiting for something. But that's the only clue here that I think anyone's getting, that there's something else going on deeper inside of you. Because this is what's going on deep inside of you. It's pretty intense. It's very intense. Really tapped into your third eye. Like you're almost visualizing whatever this is that's got your emotional depths going here. And you're the architect. You're the architect. The beaver is the architect. The blueprint has something to do with your emotions, because that's how you're tapping into your third eye. So what's going on inside of you is very different from what people are seeing on the outside. It's a very simple way to put that. Except for, like, there's a sense that you're waiting for something, you're anticipating something. People see that. They catch on to that. But I don't feel like it could be almost like, I don't know, maybe they've been waiting for a delivery and it hasn't come yet. Like, it doesn't, like, nobody, I really don't feel like anyone has a real sense of what this is that you're waiting for. Clairvoyance. Archangel Raziel, I am helping your spiritual sight to awaken fully so you can clearly see heavenly love. Well, isn't that interesting? With the tiger, I was talking about, yeah, your clairvoyance. And it has something to do with your emotions. So love is a very deep emotion. And then we have healthy lifestyle. Archangel Raphael. Eat a healthful diet. Get adequate sleep and exercise regularly for optimal health. That's a very good advice right now. You're getting it, like, really, okay, so one of the things I want to say with these archangels that have come out, I haven't looked at the bottom yet, is I feel like there isn't much a guardian angel or an archangel or even a spirit guide could tell you that you don't know right now. Because there is something going on with your third eye. It's pretty awake. It's waking up to a new level here. Either you're pushing to see something or pushing to be seen. Remember who you are. Archangel Michael. You are a powerful, loving, and creative child of God. You are very loved. That's the base of everything here, because it's the bottom one. the sword and the torch. You will light your own way. Follow your light. Whatever that means to you. Follow your light. You will light your own way. Remember who you are. Oh, you are the tiger. You are the tiger. I don't know if you're born in the year of the tiger, but you are the tiger. So you are the apex. You are the top gun for this, I don't know what it is, position or idea you have for yourself. But you're, okay, you are definitely a wolf in sheep's clothing right now about something. Because you are, remember, okay, this is almost like you're aware that you project towards others differently than what you really know yourself to be, or how you really feel, or what's really going on in there. I just can't remember who you are. It's really just jumping at me here, that statement. And because the rabbit and the tiger are so different. So if there's, for some reason, you're kind of like displaying as this, and you do it long enough, just don't forget who you really are. Because this is what's going to get you to be the winner in whatever it is that you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. I'm just the tarot cards. What the energy is today. But even Capricorn had like an outer space cosmic reading. All right. Okay, so we're going to look at obstacle you are facing, how this is showing up in your life, hidden factors that you are unaware of, what can help you grow right now. The Six of Air, the obstacle that you are facing. You're being taken somewhere you don't want to go. How's it showing up in your life? Yeah, okay, there's something going on here. Something, either a situation or a circumstance. Circumstances feel out of your control. Oh, look at all the fire at the bottom. See, this tiger reminds me of this. The King of Fire, the King of Wands. It's like that energy, and there we go. Underneath, see? Remember who you are. Oh, maybe you're remembering who you are. Yeah. You've been just playing as this rabbit for a bit. Maybe you know, parts of your life, people have been expecting you to behave a certain way, to be more complacent and agreeable. I don't know. Because the rabbits are often found in big colonies and groups too. But the tiger is very solitary. So you maybe have been spending a lot of time, or are spending a lot of time in bigger groups. But there's a solitary part of you that you need to remember, like a sense of strong will here. All right, well, the obstacle you are facing is the Six of Air, like the Six of Swords, moving in a direction. I feel like either, okay, so this is what I feel like. You want to be moving in a certain direction, or you feel like you're kind of meant to be moving in a certain direction, but you're not. Because in fact, you're kind of going this way, because this card is going in this direction, but the entire rest of the reading is going this way. So it does feel like you're kind of being pushed into a direction that is not where you want to be going right now, but it is where you're going. So that's the obstacle that you're facing. How is this showing up in your life? The Hierophant. Now, there's two ways this is showing up. So the first way, I'll let you look at that. The first way is that I feel like there's something that has kind of some sort of control over you. I mean, it's an obvious how it's showing up. So it could literally be like, well, you have to go to work because you have to pay your bills. So, right, like it's the whole system that you're in there. You got to do this. But then see, the secondary way that this is showing up is because her hands are almost like kind of like your hands being tied behind your back. Her hands are being clamped or held above her head like that. So she's not able to utilize them to the way that she normally would to manipulate things in her environment, and I say manipulate is not always a bad word. Well, you shouldn't do that to people, really. Maybe like beings, but physical things in our world, or like how you need to organize your day. Because she also reminds me a bit of a magician, the way she has all these things at her disposal, but yet she's not able to touch them. So it's kind of getting you to stretch your muscle in a way that you haven't had to stretch it before, through some kind of constraint. That's how it's showing up in your life. Hidden factor that you're unaware of is the messenger of water. You're connecting with something here, something or someone. I'm not sure if it's a spirit guide. It's a person. It's a seahorse. You know, it's weird. Like the seahorse, I'm thinking of, well, when I think of the seahorse, I think of like it's kind of a reverse role where the seahorse will actually carry the young, I think, inside him. It's like connecting with like it's bringing up the feeling of like a father or a fatherly figure or someone who's a father. Yeah, there's nothing between you and this. I feel like for some of you, it's either someone that you're at a distance with, you know, with the Six of Swords. It's either someone that you're at a distance with. I feel like it's some type of masculine energy, but I feel like this masculine energy does something more feminine, like a seahorse would. But there's virtually nothing between you and this connection. I do feel like, too, it could also be, for some of you, I really get the strong feeling that this is a loved one who's passed and is trying to connect with you. And it could very well be someone who is much more masculine, like it could be a mother or a father. I think it leans more heavily towards a father. But either way, just someone who was maybe more masculine, a little more domineering, or had a little more to do with the structure of your home life. Like I'm honestly getting like an ancestor or someone in here. This is a hidden factor. So there's some sort of communication that's being attempted towards you, or you are actually communicating to this, whether you're aware of it or not. And how this shows up, this masculine energy, but in a feminine role, again, like even if it's a past loved one, the feminine role is that it's trying to reach out to you, it's trying to nurture you, it's trying to, yeah, like do something like that. And I think on some level sort of remind you, remember who you are. Remember who you are. That is the biggest message in this reading. Remember who you are. This energy is trying to do that. Okay. What can help you grow right now? Really, okay, like, let's be really practical here. So, right now, and yeah, the reading is kind of like woo-woo. We're talking about, there's some sort of spiritual energy trying to connect with you. But really, right now, what can really help you grow? I want to say, too, is sort of some of the wins that you have going on right now. Be very proud to express any wins that you have going on in your life right now. Now is not the time to hold back and be kind of shy. So that could also be about why you should be remembering who you are right now. This is a very confident energy This one is a little bit more, let me see what the rest of the crowd is doing today, and then I'll decide if it's a good day to come out of the hole, the nest, whatever it's in. I do feel like, too, to help you right now to grow, you have something here of benefit to others. So, again, because we're getting the 8 of Fire and the King of Fire. If you're not in some kind of a leadership role right now, I feel like there's an opportunity for you to do that in some elements of your life. So it's kind of about stepping out of this role, yeah, and then stepping into this role, which is knowing exactly if there's a problem to be solved in some area of your life. I feel like there's a group involved, though, with the rabbit. I really do. So I don't know what that group is to you, but it's to step out of this role and to really step into the forefront. Because if you've been a wolf in sheep's clothing, now is the time to come out. Or it's very soon. Let's see where this goes. Because that's the point where you have to give of yourself. It's some kind of leadership skill here. Yeah. It's stepping into the real role that you were meant to be or have. But there's someone here. I'm really curious about this, yeah, messenger of water. Let's look at that. What would this messenger of water like to say? It's like a very 62. Oh, you have the 2 of Wands, the 3 of Wands, the Lovers, the 2 of Swords, and the High Priestess. You know, for some of you, I'm still getting like it's some sort of an ancestor or someone who has passed. And they're really trying to communicate to you to let you know, I feel like that you're not alone. So I don't know if you're feeling kind of alone or isolated, like even if you're in a group, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Like, you can have all sorts of stuff going on in your life and people are completely unaware of it and don't seem to care less. I mean, that's kind of how you would feel alone. So, but I really feel like that there's someone here trying to reach you from, like I'm hearing the grave, but so someone trying to reach you from the grave to let you know, I mean, how much they care, how divinely guided you really are right now. But there is kind of like a veil. I'm just getting that with the 9 of Swords and the High Priestess. Like there's a veil, but there doesn't need to be for some reason. So I'm wondering if the energy of something, some group around you is masking this. Because when I look at this card, there's nothing between those two. And for others of you, this as well, like from if there's someone that you're at distance to, the 2 of Wands, the 3 of Wands, this person is definitely trying to communicate to you. And it's funny because I just heard, so I don't know if some of you have changed your phone number or something might have changed or they may have lost their phone and lost contact information. That's a really interesting message. So if there is someone that you feel like you're just thinking about them for some reason, and you're thinking, you know, I haven't heard from that person in a long time, they may have lost your contact information. And that happens. Okay. Obstacle that you are facing, the 6 of Swords, the 6 of Air. Where did that go? Jeez, that certainly moved, but it went way over there, right? It's almost like you just get pushed way over there. You get pushed way over there, but you really want to go this way. The Queen of Wands. Yeah, like this is really doing exactly what you want, the way you want, how you want, when you want. That's an obstacle. You know, ooh, this is really a funny message. I'm getting something about vying for some sort of position here. Like you've been sitting in the background waiting for something. It's a very strategic. You're the King of Fire. You're the Tiger. Okay, yeah, are you vying for some sort of a position? I'm wondering if it's work, because we have the beaver. It was the first card that came out. If you are vying for some sort of position here, there's some other energy that's kind of standing in your way. Somebody's standing in your way here. The Hierophant. It's almost like the rules of the game. How's this showing up in your life? The rules of the game. How this is showing up in your life? Shit, yeah, the Strength card and the Ace of Pentacles. It's like a promotion. Again, like a promotion or taking on a new, I don't know why I get so much work stuff lately. Because y'all giving up on relationships, I don't know. But, you know, I really do feel like that. Work stuff. Yeah, there's definitely here like biding your time, holding yourself back. Look at holding this back. What is this energy doing? It's sitting behind the rabbit, waiting for the right moment. You're right. Your moment is so close here. Okay, and this energy we've already talked about. Some sort of hidden factor that you were unaware of. I want to tell you, to be quite honest, I feel like this is a completely separate part of your life from everything else that I'm picking up on. This. Okay, so I'm just going to keep moving on. This one here. Now, when I said the rules of the game with how this is showing up in your life with the Hierophant, and what can help you grow right now, I feel like the way around this obstacle is giving the most that you have to give of yourself. It almost feels like, and I'm going to be quite honest, I don't know. Yeah. It almost feels like there's you and someone else that are trying for some sort of opportunity here. And you both show up so similarly, like the King of Wands, the Queen of Wands. The way to really move forward is to give the best parts of yourself. Give freely of yourself, which does mean stepping out from behind this persona on some level. Yeah, you know what? This is like what's coming into my head. Do you know when you're watching racers, whether it's running, I think you see it a lot, yeah, in running and cycling, because you draft. This is drafting. That's what you're doing. You know, when you draft someone, like they do it in car racing too, because the one in the front is the one exerting the most effort, because they're breaking that original air barrier, whatever the hell that's called, you know, the air, pushing it out of the way. So you're drafting them. You've been drafting this energy. And you're almost at the finish line. But right, you don't stay in this position to win. You have to come out here to win. And I feel like you're going to, because I feel like, I don't know why I'm pointing to this now. It does relate me to a group. So it's almost as if this energy could bounce back and forth to, because they all look the same. All the rabbits. Like, they don't like, oh, you know, I mean, maybe their coats are a little bit different, but you've seen one rabbit, you've seen them all. It's like a wild group of rabbits. But like now I'm getting like, it feels like you're drafting this energy. You're drafting them. So they've been putting in more effort than you have. Not to say that you're slacking. That's not what I mean. You're being strategic here because there's something to play at the finish line. And that's when you show up. Because you're about to come to the point where it's the last 500 meters, 300 meters, whatever that is. And that's when you come out here. And you come out big and you come out strong. And you're going to be able to, because you've been drafting this one. And then that's what you have to show, to share. Okay, anyway, so 6 of air, yeah. I don't know what y'all been doing at work, but I hope you get it done soon and we can get into other readings. Like, I swear, I've been doing so many work readings lately. No, it doesn't have to be work. You could be drafting your sibling. If you want to look better in front of your parents than them. Okay, 6 of Earth, 5 of Swords, and the King of Cups. Wow. 5 of Swords and the King of Cups. It's kind of like a do or die energy. But the King of Cups. This is not a time to show any sort of emotion, which you're doing well. I want to say you're doing that well. I talked about that at the very beginning. That it's like nobody sees the emotion that's going on inside here, the intensity. They kind of feel like you're waiting for something or anticipating for something or hoping for something or, oh, yeah, this, okay. And really, you're not getting any advice about what to do emotionally here. This is about, maybe I do readings for coaches or something. I don't know what this is. But yeah, it's about, you're about to hit the last 500 meters of this race. Oh, are you ever, and you're not sure where it's going to go. Okay, got the 9 of Wands, right? Like, yeah, the last 500 meters, that's how you feel. Like you've put in a lot here, but you know what? The one who's carrying the 10 is this one. That person's carrying the 10 of Wands. The Judgment card, this is like coming out from behind, go for the win. And then the 7 of Cups, though. You don't know until you're at the end of the race. You just don't know where it's going to go. Oh, this is interesting. I almost want to be more nosy about this. Okay, let's give you a little, I feel like I actually feel kind of bad here, but whatever. This is how kingdoms were won. A good king always had a seer or a divinator of some sort. All right, let's go into this deck. No, yeah, no. Let's do this one. All right. I'm done, unless you want to see what I do over here. And then I'm going to go to the extended. I want to see, I'm going to go into the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. I feel, what your advantage is against this rabbit. Or no, what advantage, I feel like you already know your advantage on the rabbit. But, okay, what advantage does the rabbit have over you that you don't know about? That's the way to win. What advantage does the rabbit have over you that you don't know about? What advantage does the rabbit have over you that you don't know about? Uh-oh. Oh, what have you been doing? Oh, man. Extremism and affair. Well, you better be careful. I don't know. Play your cards straight. I don't know if you've been involved in something in the past that... Yeah, you might have dilly-daddled here and there, so be careful. So that's not a strategy point in any way, and it really shouldn't be anybody's personal life. So there's something, I don't know. I feel like this rabbit knows something about your personal life. Okay, so just be aware of that. Careful. Organization. Flattery. Oh, this is getting really interesting. I feel like it's turning into a Tyler's Tarot reading. I should do a week of those. That would be fun. So, organization and flattery. Okay, the rabbit is really well organized. And the rabbit also knows the right thing to say to the right person. Okay, so just be aware of that. They do have some good cards up their sleeve, the rabbit. And they do have this. I don't think they would ever play that card. Okay, so let's put this back. Now, what's your best advantage over the rabbit? Patience fell out. That's interesting, isn't it? That's almost like not coming out at the last 500 meters. That's like coming out at the last 150 meters. Patience. The tiger. What is your best advantage over the rabbit? Versatility. Bang, you got this. Yeah, I like that. Nice energy. If you need to bend over backwards, you can. Like, which means that you can do more than most people may anticipate that you can do. I feel like people feel like you can get a lot done here, but you can definitely be very versatile in whatever it is you need to do. And look at this. Assertion. Speculation. Okay. Yeah, so you do have the right push at the end here. That is, again, like that last drafting this energy, even if it's just energy that you're drafting. So you're not giving your 110% just yet. You're saving it for when you can see the finish line. Although just be careful, because myself, I feel like the finish line keeps getting moved back in everybody's life right now. Just be careful with that. So patience, like, but you had that. So that's the assertion I'm getting, like, you can do this. You are extremely versatile. And speculation, you know the right people that you need to know. Yeah, you have the right people in your corner. All right, that's enough of that. I gotta do it. I gotta do that. These are kind of fun. Yeah. All right, so that's what I have for that. I'm gonna go do the extended. So with the extended, I'm gonna go into the Journey of Love Oracle deck. I'm gonna look for words of encouragement, a deep message to you. Then I'm gonna get another tarot deck, and I'm gonna look at, well, what is the universe trying to guide you towards? Why? What is the lesson in this? And your next steps forward. Thank you so much, Aquarius. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.